Pepe? All right. Well, if you're not new to Star Citizen, you understand that drama is prevalent. Star Citizen has plenty of drama everywhere you go. If you're new to Star Citizen, sometimes you don't even notice until you've played Star Citizen for a while, and then you think to yourself, wow, there is a lot of drama in Star Citizen. Well, yes, there is. Now, there was a particular documentary that Avenger One did, which I thought was pretty good, called Rings, I believe, that was done about a year ago, talking about the underbelly of the toxicity in Star Citizen. And now LevelCap is going to kind of give us a summation, because I saw that he made a second video, and it was like an hour and 20 minutes long, and I was like, no, I can't sign up for this, man. I came from the background of EVE Online many, many moons ago. So trust me, I know how toxic it can get in gaming. Right? The secret is to try your best to ignore it. But according to Avenger One, in his documentary, there are people that actively go out and they are grieving people in real life, which is a definite no-no. I mean, nothing worse than that. Somebody that's in the game that tries to make your life miserable and doxes you in the real for whatever, God knows whatever reason, in their twisted little mentally ill minds. And then you become the target. Now, this has happened to me a few times, where I've had people that are just like crazy following me, and I had to do everything I could in my power to ban them. It's happened to me a few times. I've been doing this a long time. It's happened to me like 4 or 5 times where shit got a little scary. And it's partially just there's a lot of people out there that are mentally ill. And it also has to do with, you know, when you've been around the internet this long, it's just bound to happen, man. You're just going to turn around and you're going to trip on it because it is prevalent, especially in Star Citizen.
This has got to be some of the most toxic gamer behavior that I think I've ever seen. Avenger One, a Star Citizen content creator, has put out a lengthy video documenting and detailing some of the actions of an organization within Star Citizen, and to be honest, they're alarming. Today, I want to sort of give a reaction and summary of his work. And also, if you want to watch his entire documentary with all the details, check out the video description for a link.
Where's my futz horn?
Now, I've been friends with Avenger One for a while. He's always been kind and generous to me, always offering to train me and invite me out for Star Citizen ops whenever I want. But he's also a prominent figure in the highly competitive dogfighting scene within the game, even competing at CitizenCon and other esports events. Unfortunately, being a prominent figure or even associated with well-known community members can make you a target for the haters. Only this time, Star Citizen haters appear to be organized and operating at a level that dips into the realm of both illegal activities and just truly evil acts. Designed to not just infuriate players within the game, but to also break them down mentally outside of the game.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Generally speaking, from a game, you're not going to break me down mentally. Like, you know, generally speaking, most people are smart enough to just walk away from shit. But when it's in your face and these people are getting you in the real, there's a whole different flavor to that, and it's a scary, spicy flavor that I don't like that. And I think there's a line to be crossed, and people, it's mental illness. I mean, like, really, at the end of the day, these people are mentally ill. Like, if they've decided to cross that line and take things from the game realm and put it in real life, they just got some mental issues, like serious mental issues. And you got to, like, cross your fingers that you don't ever encounter those people. Because, man, let me tell you what, that is a trip and a half that you don't want to take. You don't want tickets to that trip. That's not a fun trip.
The game via doxing and creating fake information to slander their reputations. Many rival orgs, content creators, and even org members have been victims of a particular org called Liberty's Reapers. A group that may have started with more noble intentions seems to have devolved into what I can only describe as a dangerous combination of toxicity and capabilities. And of course, it's one thing to just talk trash in a locker room about doing bad things, but acting upon them takes things to another level. Here's a clip of the Liberty Reapers laying out their game plan for a war with a rival org.
I fully agree with what Red God just said, that we should just turn the narrative now around and start basically become psychos, right? Just do a 180, still be a kind of aggressive towards them, hostile and everything, but just all of a sudden act completely different so we look like complete lunatics, right? Does anybody here have a problem if we also try to create some type of to create animosity within their org, to turn them on each other, and that could lead to a breakup, that could lead to...
That's espionage. That happens in EVE Online like every day. There is like entire people devoted to the espionage game in EVE Online. This is just like people from EVE Online coming in. This is how it starts, man. People start get way involved in that RP kind of espionage vibe, right? As a guy who led a very large alliance in EVE Online, trust me, I spent half my day talking to people, trying to chill them out. I'm trying to just chill them out, man. Some people, that's their fun, man. Some people, that's their fun. But let's see how far this goes.
Disbanding of that org.
Yeah,
does anybody have a problem with that?
I think that's probably the best thing we can do. Really, fuck them.
Nice.
We intend to provoke them in a very elegant way to try to make that happen. YouTube would be one of the venues to make that happen.
Yeah, I don't know anything more public than that, you know.
And if they got Twitchers, we just go to
Hunt
their
them
Twitter
down,
streams and beat the shit out of them. Send
Yeah,
them to
Bert's
Bert's still with them.
Now, does anyone have any objection to any particular means that we might take to achieve these goals? What does anyone consider morally off limits?
Kill them all.
Otherwise, whatever means necessary. Okay.
Indeed. War?
I don't know, man. Like these types of things happen like when you get into that PvP mode, like people get kind of like a little nutsoid to the point where they're like, well, this is war. You know, like this is going to be a much bigger issue when the game is released and there's land assets. When you are owning land, it gets a lot like this, and people will try their very best to figure out how to take what it is that you own and make it theirs. And that is like, this is a form of crazy PvP on a level where I think it starts to cross the line. First off, I've never liked this type of gameplay. Let me just state that. I've never liked this. There are certain lines that get crossed in this realm. And it's not a nice place. It's not a nice playground, man. People are bringing knives to this playground. Like, you got to be careful, because I feel like people who are mentally ill gravitate to this, and then they go too far. And then they go way too far, and they cross that line, and then they make it real. I remember a long time ago with, what was it, Band of Brothers in EVE Online. And the dude who ran that organization, I think was named Sir Maul or Sir Mole, something like that. And I don't know if it was him or people in his organization. I can't remember. But in that alliance, somebody made shit real personal and stepped way out of bounds and did something in the real to another member. And I was like, man, you gotta be messed up.
We'll take some action to see if we can disrupt their integrity.
We set the objectives, and we kind of agree. Best would be not only to beat them, but also to make them disband. Because, let's be honest, that's what gamers do. You disband your opposition. Who's gonna challenge you then?
These guys are approaching Star Citizen, mind you, a game that's still in its alpha, has no territory control whatsoever, and they're approaching it like it's Sun Tzu, the art of war, defeat your enemies at all costs.
I don't know where LevelCap's gaming kind of history is, but this was rampant and still is in EVE Online. Like, this type of gameplay is it gets filthy, man. It gets filthy. I don't necessarily I wouldn't say that what I'm seeing so far is what I would consider like out of line. My line is when it crosses into the real. Like the second somebody wants to take it another step and just go a little bit nutsoid on another person in real life, that's when it gets like too much for me.
Now remember, this is a game that people are supposed to play against each other, whether it's from a competitive standpoint or a casual standpoint or a relaxing standpoint. Okay. These guys are taking it to like the nth degree, and what comes from this is truly disturbing.
We found out who he was. He was the freaking Marine guy, and then I acted like I was a Marine dude too, and he was like, "Oh, Rob, brother," and it's like,
I have morals, but my morals are almost like crossed. I wanted
fucking morals.
I wanted a deep fake fucking Avengers One.
Yeah, what morals do you have, dude? Be real. Deep
that stuff can have like legal repercussions, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, not really.
You gotta be careful with bullying. All right.
But yeah, he might kill himself.
Yeah, that's the main.
Who would kill himself?
That's
A1.
The main reason.
A1 would kill himself. I mean, this is his livelihood, so like he sells out so hard.
No, like from his regular day job.
From his regular day job? I thought he was just a or something.
No,
he's an.
I found his salary from last year and the year before that. Years.
What the hell, man?
Dude, what's up with this dude, man? These are like some sick mofos, man. Like, this scares me as a content creator hearing this type of shit. Just so you guys know, even at the level that Avenger One is at, he's not making a lot from YouTube. Like, nobody's making a lot from YouTube. Unless Avengers One's starting to do like the old shill in the middle of the stuff like LevelCap does every once in a while. Avenger One is not making a lot of money. If these guys are trying to make like Avenger One's day more difficult as a human being to bring in like income, I got a serious issue with that, man. Because that's just like some low shit. Like that is like if you're getting to that level where you want to break a dude and you're trying to break the dude's source of income, like that's a whole new level of slime right there. That's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say about that.
Come on.
I'm just saying he took out his dog for sympathy.
Oh, 100%.
Prove me wrong. You can't.
So just to clarify some of the things being said by members of this horde.
The dude just said that he took out his dog for sympathy. How low are you going to be as a human being to say something that everybody knows that a dog is man's best friend? No man would ever do anything to their own. I mean, like, Jesus, I can't imagine Avenger being that type of dude. That's ridiculous. The guy's just stoned. The guy's just stoned thinking that he's funny. You know, he's like, oh, I'm going to be funny. I want to be funny with my gamer friends on Discord, or maybe I'll get somebody to laugh type thing. You know, that ain't funny, man. That's sick.
Day one buddied up to Avenger One by essentially pretending to also be a Marine, which is one of the more effed up things I think you can do. Stolen valor, all that kind of cool stuff that people like to do. They were then able to clarify that they're able to obtain his information on how much he's getting paid, what he does for a job, and Avenger One later clarifies that even his address was given out, which could have been these guys as well. They play around with.
Yeah, that's where. There you go. There you go. That's where you cross the line for me, right there. That is it.
Warning: incoming salad vibes.
See, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. That is literally right there what I am talking about. It's kind of funny. I watch this one dude named George. He talks about crypto and shit. Really cool dude. I think he's Japanese. I'm not quite sure exactly where he's from, but he was walking around doing a video, and some dude walking up to him into a new house that he was building. That was his house. Who was a fan, who just like was at the dude's house being built while they were laying ground and building the foundation out, and like the guy just started talking to him, and George was like, "Hey man, what's up?" Like, and it's a little unnerving, you know, because this dude is like going to a place the guy didn't even build yet and knows where the dude lives, and like that's kind of a scary thing, doing what I do. and other people that are more public and out there. Like, I've dealt with this for a very long time. I've had a couple instances of this stuff, and I gotta say, it's a bit spooky. You know, I've met some people at a doctor's office one time when I was door dashing that said, "Hey, DG, what's going on?" And I love that. You meet me around in public, I'm gonna be like, awesome. I'm gonna hang out, talk with you a little bit. Met a dude in the doctor's office, met a dude in a Chipotle. There are a couple people, believe it or not, you know, I only have like 18,000 subscribers, but I got noticed 2 times, you know, and I was like, hey, cool. And out in public, I'm cool with that. If you're coming to my house unannounced, that's when I get a problem. I'm like, okay, we're going to have to show you what DG's about right now. Especially don't with the mustache right now. You may never make it back alive ever.
With the idea,
if you bring pizza, that's cool, Jilted. If you bring, let me just add that as an amendment right there, Jilted. If you bring a pizza, that's cool. That's cool, dude.
I was making some deep fakes to destroy his reputation, but then weighed against the cost of whether or not he would actually kill himself if they destroyed his life. And then they just casually mentioned that Avenger One killed his puppy for sympathy points on the internet. Now, this casual chatter among these org mates is truly alarming. For one, there's some illegal activities that have likely gone on here. But for two, it's emboldened by the org's MO. Their whole approach to org and streamer warfare, where they just throw the moral compass out the window. Now, of course, I'm not going to pretend that org and guild and clan drama is something new to the gaming space. It's been there for as long as there's been org.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to get into it. You know, see, like, what I guess at the end of the day, and no offense to LevelCap, I think he makes some pretty good content from time to time. I disagree with him on some things, but for the most part, he's just a dude trying to, you know, do what he does. But I can't watch content like this, you know, like I have a tolerance, like, and it gets into the salad vibes range. Salad vibes. Not a lot of people love salad. In fact, most people don't like salad. If people tell you they like salad, they're lying to you. Even vegetarians hate salad, which is why we call it salad vibes.
Warning, incoming salad vibes.
So we say to this is salad vibes, because any type of time I'm getting into this, what I like to do is I like to back away. You know, like, one great lesson that I can bestow upon everybody right now that I've learned in my advanced age is when things get too hectic and things get too dramatic, you shut the door and you turn to the left. It looks like I'm pointing right on my screen, but I'm actually pointing left. So let me just do that again so that, you know, you shut the door and you turn to the left. Okay, that is what you say to yourself. Shut the door and turn to the left. Those are 8 words that are going to help you out. Never turn to the right, only turn to the left. I'm telling you, this is sage advice, and it will save you. If you find yourself falling into a conversation with a loved one and you know it's going to turn into a fight, because they always hook you and they find a way, they find your buttons, they know you enough, they love you enough, and they're pushing those buttons on you because they know how to push them. What's up, Dirty Demon? There's my family right now. It's my beautiful daughter. There's my mother that we heard calling in tonight. I got to call her. Remind me to call my mom. Remind me to call my mommy after the stream. Okay, everybody? I love them. But they know how to push my buttons. They know how to push my buttons. And when I feel it, when I feel that, as much as I love them, I gotta shut the door and I got to turn to the left. Okay? Just remember that. Words to live by.